Hey guys, so just
Hola.
part 2 or whatever.
Part 2.
No, we just ain't babe.
So welcome back to part 2 of our little summer pop in something like that episode or whatever. Yeah. So for part 2, we thought we would do something fun. The last time we spoke about our dating horror stories was during COVID when we shamelessly told you guys about when we was the conch.
No, I think we spoke about it again when we was with Judah. We talked about Tinder and all of that.
I feel like, did we go deep into that though?
Not really. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, right. the conch we unleashed the
The
dragon.
conch we already know about.
Right.
Yeah.
We're
We went
here.
into that one.
Right. So, and y'all love that. Yeah, some people still just remind me with that. Anyway, so this is like a part 2 to that. So this is a part 2 to the first episode and a part 2 kind of to the conch, but we in the conch this time.
No.
This is our dating horror stories.
Yeah.
Some are a little more recent than others. As we all know, that Mandisa has left me and Leah in the world. So
Some of my stories can't be told.
So any story that she gives, obviously, was before
Way before.
she was a married woman.
Yeah.
Just want to put that disclaimer out there for some of y'all past people. So who wants to go first?
Mandisa.
Okay, I have 2.
Okay.
I wouldn't really call it dating.
Mine isn't like a dating, but it's enough horror and date.
It's horror, but I was young. I was like 15, 16.
Oh, damn.
God damn.
So I wouldn't call it like, it was horror. It was horror. I was being fast, catch the bus by my boyfriend. And was I supposed to be at school? I think I catch the bus from school. It was a Friday. Yeah.
Why wasn't he in school?
Because he was out of school already.
Oh, okay.
I didn't date guys in school.
She like a big man.
I'm trying to remember if I caught the bus or if I drove there. I think I caught the bus. I think I remember walking Soldier Road.
You don't want no puppy. Sorry.
And child, please. Well, the horror part about it was my daddy catch me.
Oh.
I was on top of it.
What?
Yeah, but he tried to bust down the door, but he didn't get in. But I was by my boyfriend's house, and I was having, the dude. And I hear George knocking on that door.
No. How George find you?
Oh, you don't know who my daddy is?
No.
Let me remind you. No, I can't remind you.
No.
So I can't tell you that. I can't say that on air. So, right? The Holy Spirit. That's how he found me. I'm sure that's how he found me.
Bless the Lord.
Bless the Lord. My daddy's a praying man. He still is going his knees for all his children, child. But I feel like someone might have seen me and told him.
Mm-hmm.
But he also knew that I was with this guy. He was actually my first. And he knew where he lived and everything like that. Because I tried to be very open about my relationships when I was young. About everything with my dad. Because it was only really me and it was just me and my dad. So, me and my dad and my little sister. So, yeah. He rolled up to the house and all I had is someone knocking on the door. And me and my boyfriend, we in the back. Let's get it on. But child, please, that was a quiet ride home. My daddy didn't talk to me in must see 2 days.
Okay. Walk me through the walk of shame, they would call it, because you had to open up the door and come out.
He waited for me outside.
Did he cut your hair?
No. I think that was probably the worst part.
Really?
He was silent.
Yeah, because you don't even know
I don't
if
even
the
know what
attack
he's
coming,
thinking. I
right?
don't know.
Where the attack coming from? If it
I
coming,
didn't know.
if you
But-
get put out in the morning.
Yeah, but my dad handled it very well. He didn't beat me. He sat me down and we had a conversation.
Wow.
And it was the most horrific conversation ever in my life, but it was the most realist. And I appreciate him for that to today, because I think if he had beat me, I might have still gone ahead and do it. And it was a very heart-to-heart, like, real conversation. Like, this ain't the type of woman that you want to be, you know?
Right.
Catching the bus from school to go see man and, you know, da-da-da. So that was a very real moment for me. I mean, I got into other things. I just didn't catch the bus.
As per his
Did
request.
the boyfriend check on you?
Yeah. And then, I just remember, same boyfriend got caught by my mom. And he had to walk home. I know he's watched this podcast. Hey. I ain't gonna call your name.
Y'all was just living on the edge.
Living on the edge. He was my first.
Wait a
I was
minute.
in love.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, so this is, my parents had already divorced. And he and I was still together. And we was by my mom's house. And he was obsessed. Now, I know the Holy Spirit told my mommy he was in that closet. Because there ain't no way. Because he was trying to sleep over. Child, listen, there, she coming there and she found him. And he did have to walk home. That time, we was living in West Ridge. And he had to walk Soldier Road.
But aren't you bold? What you mean he was trying to sleep over?
He was trying to sleep over.
And then what time you used to leave?
6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
I had my
To
plans.
spend the night
Right.
with his woman.
Because my door used to be closed. You don't have no reason to be in there.
It's
gonna be later.
Joseph.
He want to be later.
Later.
Okay, so
Snuggle,
like,
snuggle.
yeah, these stories that you get catch by your parents, but
Yeah,
you ever
they-
had like any experiences where
That's like I say, they
Like
ain't really dating. Okay, I think I have one.
You mean like when the guy himself turned out to be a horror?
like you sitting at the
okay.
table and you like, this is not the man for me.
So I was at a club, me and my friend, and she and I both were drinking. She was drinking more than, I think we probably had enough. I could hold liquor, and I tend to sober up in certain instances. I can't say why I wasn't driving, because I think that was one of the reasons why I stopped letting dudes pick me up, because in
My
certain
story coming in hot.
in certain instances, I don't. This is the reason why I think probably 3 of my boyfriends knew where I actually lived. If anyone ever picked me up, it was probably by a friend. And then I stopped that. I stopped allowing niggas to pick me up. You couldn't pick me up. I was driving to where we was going because niggas was weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
Niggas was weird. And we started driving, he and his friend. And it was me and my friend. She was in the backseat, almost basically passed out. And I was in the... No, she was in the front. I was in the back. And the guy was just trying to come on to me in the back. And I was like, I wasn't really on a run. We was passing breezes. Okay? This is before they did all the infrastructure out there, when it was just one straight road, not all them roundabouts in Bahama. Way before. And we was just passing breezes in Crystal Palace stores. And... I think I turned up the music or something, and he started to get a little, the driver started to get a little rough. Like, oh, don't be touching my radio. Da, 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 da. I was like, I didn't want to turn up the music. You know, we having a good time, whatever. And then because the guy in the back, to feel some type of way because I told him no, he started to get a little pushy. So I was like, so the sober turned on completely. I wasn't drunk no more. Like, my spidey senses just gone up. I was like, hold on, I got to get out of this car. So we end up getting in the back and forth. We end up rowing because he's like, oh, she talking about she ain't want to give me none. And they was trying to be on some little weird shit. Y'all know. And me and him basically started fighting. And I put my hand around his throat while he was driving.
Wow.
I was like, okay, let me out this car. And he let me out. And I had to go around to the next side before he pulled off with my friend and pulled my friend. So we on the side of the road, literally, one of her shoes is left in the car. I always just remind her, bro, you can't be still mad about that shoe. Anyway, we was at the car. We was at the car. We was walking by Breezes, and I remember going up to call my dad. This is like maybe 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, Daddy, you gotta come for us. You know, So niggas is just trying to, and that was around the time when guys used to take you by Clifton Pier.
Yeah.
Those are those type of times. So I wasn't about it.
Right.
I was maybe 17.
God, your teens was wild.
There's some stories I really just can't say on here, but
I could
that one, that's a
imagine.
horror. That was a horror because,
Especially because you ain't driving, like you said.
yeah,
It's like,
and I think that was the pivotal moment in my life when I said, I ain't let no niggas drive me no more.
Yeah.
Like I say, three. I am 39 now. 3 of my whole life.
so,
Oh, okay.
speaking of driving,
Oh, Jesus.
Mandisa is actually a part of the story.
I am.
Yeah. So, I decided, there's this, how do I start? There's this guy that I was always cool with. He always was trying to like get me to hang out. I was single or whatever, so I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's hang out. I did not see it as a date, but fast forward, he counted it as a date. Like, I don't know. So I'm just gonna make that disclaimer. I thought it was just me and my boy going out. So he was like, he got on this boat ride to Rose Island.
Oh no, Lord Jesus, no. There's always a Rose Island story.
Right? So it was his boat. He had a couple people come on the boat too. So I was like, sure. Scoop me up, got on the boat. His friends on the boat, all this ride out. It was a party.
Oh, snap.
Exactly.
I remember this story.
Okay. So we ride out to Rose Island. It was a big party. And then this also adds so I didn't think it was a date because when I got there, he banned me up and he was like, whenever you need a drink or whatever, don't go to other niggas, just come to me. So I say, bet. I saw my friends are there. I go on to my girls and it was like, he was somewhere, I was somewhere. So it was just whenever I wanted something else to drink, I would go to him and he would get it and that was it. So, you know, it was cool. Left, went back, and he was like, you know, I having an after party by me. I ain't ready to drop you off yet. Cool. So, went by him. You know, everybody there for Drew. So it's a party for Drew. Everybody there, whatever, chilling, drinking. I notice people leaving one by one. Everybody saying bye, Bree. See ya, whatever. And I'm just there and I'm looking around like, okay, this nigga, like, he look like he preparing to like
Drop you.
suit himself up, you know, to drop me home. So I sit down on the couch and he's shuffling around, you know, doing busy work, as Cassie would say.
Not Cassie.
Right? And he get up off the couch and he was like, "I gonna go lay down?"
Sir.
So I say, "Lay down," but I gotta go home. So he was like, "You can come lay down too." So I said, "No, I can't come lay down too." So he was like, "Well, let me just go change my clothes." Because like I say, we would have come off the boat. So he had on his salt life gear or whatever. I sit on the couch. A couple minutes pass. I gone. Nigga was sleeping.
Very much.
So now I stress out because I behind a gate. Because he like living like a gated complex. And I don't know what to do. So I text Mandy and I was like, "Where are you?" Because this nigga don't want to drop me home. And I don't know where you was at the time. I don't even think I ever asked you where you was. Because I remember it was you, like you come rolling deep. Like I remember when I called Mandy, I could hear Nakia in the background. And y'all was like, "We fucking coming."
Yeah, because shout out to Nakia.
Right.
Because Nakia was with me and she's like, "Where she at?" He holding up getting hostage. Hold on. Let's go. Come. Yeah, we was riding.
So at this time, I still can't believe he get. So I go in the back there, and he was like, "Oh, you freaking out? You could just lay down or whatever." And I paced him back and forth, and I like, "No, nigga, you gotta get up. You gotta drop me home." So he was like, "You could catch the taxi."
Oh my gosh. It's like people don't even care if they're decent human beings
I
anymore.
swear. So when he said that, I did already have Mandisa coming. So I was like, okay, bet. I sat back down on the couch and I think he called me or he came out. I can't remember. And he was like, I called my boy to come drop you home. The
No.
frick? Okay. So it just so happened the boy came and Mandisa came at the same time.
Mhm.
So I don't know, was it a thing where he came in and y'all was able to slide in the gate or you just tell the people you come in? I don't know how.
I can't remember what we said. I can't remember what was said, but I know the gate was open.
Okay.
'Cause I say I came to pick up somebody.
Okay. Because they came like the same time and the nigga was
Yeah.
to the door and he was like, hey. And I left him right there to the door and I walked past him.
He was like this still. Rumor has it he's still like this.
Yes.
To the door. Because that was
Legend.
legend has it.
You and your boy crazy. If you think I agree with you, I don't even know you. You dummy. So I left, and I guess when he saw me walk past him, I could hear him as he's saying, "Boy, she whatever, like you call me to drop this guy or whatever." So he could get up out the bed now. So he comes out the bed, and he's trying to follow me down the stairs. But I think when he realized that I don't know if maybe he saw Mandy cheap or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's when he stopped.
And then he had to key him out.
Right. So he was like, let me just cool off that or whatever. Listen to me.
There was a cutlass waiting.
As it
As
should have
it
been.
should.
As it should have
There was a
been.
cutlass
It
waiting,
took
baby.
him, must see, 3 years to realize he did something wrong.
Wow.
Right. Like he apologized to me 3 years later.
That's powerful.
That's crazy. That's
Well, at least he came and he
absolutely crazy.
apologized.
Yeah, because
Gotta give it to some people that don't even, they just don't speak.
No, I mean, we didn't speak for the 3 years.
No, but I mean, like, don't speak, like, wouldn't say nothing.
But when he came, this is the thing, though. This is why, like you say, niggas really weird. Because when he came to me after the 3 years, it was like what you saying, man. So, you know, like, what you mean what I saying?
Log off.
I still waiting for you to drop me home.
That's what I said.
So that's when he was like, oh, man, I didn't realize, man. To tell you the truth, I was really drunk and I didn't think I could have tried.
Yeah, but communicate that.
Thank you. You could have said that instead of just being an idiot, right?
Yeah, because you saying you could come lay down in the bed with me.
That didn't come off like that. It come like you had an ulterior motive.
Right.
He didn't think he was gonna make it home, but I'm sure if you would give him some, he'd have feel like he
yeah,
could have
man.
performed.
Oh,
He'd have
yeah.
had the energy to do
He
that.
would have one dropped me home too because I mean I don't know who else might have been coming around.
That part.
He would have had all kind of energy, right?
That part.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
was yeah.
Yeah, 1 hour story.
Mhm.
Okay, nothing else to share.
No, thank you.
So it's my turn.
Mhm.
Well, y'all. So
Before the time run up.
I have 3. Let's see if I can fit them all in, and they are all they're relatively recent. They happened this year. I ain't even gonna lie. So this year I went back on the dating scene, and I was on the apps and all of that. And after these 3 stories, I just want to tell y'all I'm done with the apps.
Yay.
You have to catch me in the wild, baby. I ain't fooling with no app
In the
no
name
more.
of Jesus, please.
So we could go from I guess mild to spicy. So this was when I first joined Tinder again. Match with this guy, we chopping it up or whatever. Mind you, I could tell he ain't as intelligent as I am.
But you could
But
work with it.
I could work with it.
Yeah.
Like, I dated people who wasn't as smart as me before.
Right.
So why stop now? Big mistake. But anyway, we was chopping it up. We was getting along. We decided we was gonna meet up. Not going on a date, but just meet up, smoke one, chill out. So I pull up there, and I realize that he lives with his mom. Which I ain't knocking you for, but not really what I into right now. So
Hold
it's
on,
just,
but just a side note, you sound like my friend. She had told me one time, she was like, you don't have a problem with a nigga living with his parents, but once you start dating a guy who live on his own, you don't want to ever go back to
Go
that.
back to some.
Yeah.
That's a real,
yeah.
that's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
Ain't trying to sneak around Grammy and Annie and mother. Like, no, I ain't doing it no more. Like, you could live with your mommy at school. Actually, you know what? Like, I can understand if you like if you billing
Yeah,
and you trying
yeah.
to cut costs. But
Yeah.
yeah.
That
Anyway,
ain't what it was.
It
That
was-
ain't what it was.
yeah, that what this was.
So,
So I pull up, and like I said, we were supposed to smoke. So I'm like, where we smoking in your mommy house?
right.
So he's like, no, we could just stand under the tree. I was like, I ain't doing that.
Under
I
the-
ain't
Girl,
standing
Leah.
under your mommy tree and smoking.
Leah, this tree was by the main road.
Main road. So this
Never
man,
Leah be Mandisa drive past to see what need the tree.
anybody to drive by, I'd have been pissed. But anyway, so I say, no, that ain't happening. I feel comfortable doing that. So this nigga can hop in my car with still on and say, yeah, well, we can go ride around by the park. Where's
What
your
park?
Not even that. Where's your car?
What park?
Right, that's another thing. All of that.
Then he can
What
say,
area this is?
then he can say,
Real talk.
he can say, oh, well, you know, I'm rolling right now. I say, oh, no. Then at that point, I was like, no, we got to go. I can't even do this.
No.
So then this cube pull up on the side of me
Oh, hell no.
with some other strange looking
Oh,
niggas.
no.
And this guy comes out on the side of his mommy house with an ankle bracelet on.
What?
And he's like, yeah, my partner, my brother just got out of jail, and a couple of our boys come to see
That's
him. I was
how
like,
people is getting
ooh, I
shot.
gotta go. I was like, you know what? We gonna link up later. We can link up later, and I could just get the stuff, and we could just blow in the car. I said something, and he's like, yeah, okay, cool. Blocked and deleted.
I have a small question.
What's that?
What was it on his Tinder profile that alerted you?
I don't even remember because I
He looked
erased
good?
him. He was in pictures. He was cute.
That
He
little
was-
body.
yeah,
You know them straight niggas is up on little body.
yeah.
I just
In the
trying to figure out what it
pictures.
is, man.
But in person, he did not match the description, and the body was
he
not
can't-
bodying.
He catfish.
Okay.
And I ain't really like into. I don't mind a chiseled body, but that ain't a requirement. But you catfish me, and you ain't making no sense. Next, so the second story now, I start like swiping with intention because now I want intelligent
Okay.
matches.
Mm-hmm.
So I matched with this guy, and we were trying to, for a while, set up a meetup. And when the day we finally agreed to meet, his first suggestion was lumpies
What is that?
in Chippenham.
I'm sorry.
A bar in Chippenham is where you want meet me for the first time. That could be our first
Chippy.
date. I am not telling my children that, so you need to go find somewhere else. So when he said lumpies and I said Chippenham and I put a concerned face, he was like, "You scared?" I was like, "Very."
Absolutely.
So he suggested Green Parrot, and we went to Green Parrot. We had a great conversation. He's a cool guy,
Mm-hmm.
He will make any woman happy.
Oh, okay.
I just ain't the one.
You just ain't that woman.
Yeah.
So it was the first date that turned you off.
Yeah, we started having conversations. We both like to travel, and we started talking about dream destinations and all of that. And he said to me, "Oh, I like Caribbean women. So while I'm single,
Hold on, wait. This is a Bahamian?
yeah,
But he like Caribbean women.
yeah, he likes Caribbean women.
The
I like."
accent did sound a little American, so I had to just make
that's,
sure.
That's just my
I just-
default nigga accent. You know when
Swedish.
they're making
Oh.
sense, they just, they have that confidence to them.
That's
So
what
that's
GFA.
what I was trying to give.
Okay, all
He's
right.
like, well, I like Caribbean women. So while I'm single, I'm trying to visit and explore all type of as much as islands as I could. And in that very moment, I was like, so what this man is saying to me is that he wants to bring his wife right out until it's finally time to settle down, and you will come look at me. To do what?
But what I don't understand is, isn't on the dating app thingies, doesn't it have a section would say what you looking for?
And they put long term or open to long term.
They from hell.
Exactly.
Straight in a basket. The basket's
What
red.
the hell?
With
And
the
I
bow.
just be wondering, like, y'all niggas is here, y'all self talk. Like, why would you say that to somebody that you want to date with?
Right.
I want to explore as much Caribbean women and islands as. What?
So you want to soil your royal oats?
Yes.
Literally.
I just could not believe it.
But they hate you.
I mean, that's exactly what he's saying. He was so this like he just wouldn't go around. He want juice. He want to explore different women.
This is crazy.
So he wants to go to Jamaica and probably, he
Trinity.
loves Caribbean women.
Trinity,
So he trying to go
Barbados,
travel to those
Turks,
places.
Haiti. I don't know. All of
These
them.
niggas don't be scared of nothing.
Nothing.
be
They
scared.
fearless.
They are fearless.
They ain't scared of chlamydia. They ain't scared of herpes.
Nothing.
They ain't scared of, and they, I could pause right there. But yeah, so from that date, I don't think he even realizes it. But I mean, we just fell off from that date. But from that moment, I was just like, this man ain't
negative.
for me. And it's like, I started to realize it don't even, like, whether you're smart or you're dumb, y'all just don't be thinking. Like, I'm tired of sifting through. Like, I'm not in Ross. I'm not doing this anymore. I am not about to play with y'all anymore. And my breaking point was this last story.
Oh, Jesus.
Because from then on, I was like, you know what? I'm not fooling with Nassau no more. I am just going to use the apps when I go away. Because maybe it's a Nassau thing. Maybe it's a Bahamian thing. So I went to Florida and I matched with this Spanish dude.
Ooh.
Papi. Okay, let's call it Papi.
Mamacita.
Papito.
Papi chulo.
Papacito.
Okay. And I was like, he was fine.
Yeah, trust me, it is me.
And I heard about them Spanish niggas. So I was like, okay, let's
Anacondas.
try this one out. I was like, so we was chopping it up. He was like, so beautiful, da 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 da. And,
You had the
know,
same Spanish wave in your hair?
No, yeah. I had
You had
it.
an L?
Uh-oh.
You
I
look
did.
like a mamacita.
I was like, okay. He was like, oh, thank you for matching with me. I'm looking for somebody who's like open to explore and be adventurous and, open to trying like new things and stuff like that. And I'm like,
You trying to be polygamous?
no. I see in that moment,
Because
I didn't catch it.
oh,
I wish it was polygamy that he was talking about. Because when you hear this, anyway. So, yeah. I was like, I'm looking for the same thing, hon. Yeah, pretty much looking for something long-term, looking to build, new memories with someone. Something stupid I said like that. So he was like, let me repeat this again because I think she understood what I said. So he was like, well, I'm looking for someone who is willing to try new things and explore in the bedroom. And, I've never had someone who I can be open and vulnerable with. So in that moment, I was like,
toys, other men,
this man into something.
into orgies.
This man into something. And I know this is not going to end well. But at the rate my luck was going on this app, I deserve a laugh today. So I played along. I was like, okay, well, let's get specific. What are you talking about? What do you want to explore?
Boomba.
Poppy. So he says, I like toys and stuff like that. So I said, toys.
Shut up.
So I was like, okay, shit, there are male toys. You know, we had a toy episode. You know, the ring, little pocket stuff. I don't know the full extent of toys, you know. But you know, I know there are toys on the market. So I was like, okay, I like toys too. I like toys. So she's like, well, but see, the thing is, I like toys used on me. And I was like, so now I need you to get more specific. What type of toys do you like, Daddy?
He wants you to wear the strap.
What type of toys do you need? This man is going to say that he likes dildos and anal beads.
He need a stud.
This man, look at me.
In your eye.
At my picture, read my profile, and he said, this is the perfect lady that is going to pull my two ankles
behind my head
and peg the fuck out of me. What?
The hell, wait.
Why?
No, wait.
You think they like when you put their head behind their legs behind their head, or like if you want you to arch?
I don't even want to envision a man bending up like that. Like that don't sound right. Ew.
I blocked this man so fast.
I would have blocked him sitting there.
Right.
I'd have been like this. Yes.
No, we never met. Let me be clear. We never met.
Okay.
This was a conversation on the app.
Oh, it would have
Yeah,
just
you
gone.
take
It would have
all
just.
the
It literally
nerve.
would probably would have just gone mute.
You take all the nerve. I know you must say I tell this girl all my secrets.
I literally just met him, so I do not think that I'm the only person. Like this was our first conversation.
Oh no, he's told. He coming straight out the back with that, because literally straight out the back. He's coming out the gate with that. Okay, like you need to know this up front, because there's not gonna be any questions. There's not gonna be. I don't want to hear nothing. Like I don't want to hear nothing. I told you this from the beginning. This is who I am. And if you accept me from the beginning, then we can continue.
What?
So, I mean,
that sound
I
like
can't
that's
even be mad.
That sounds like that's something that he really likes. So he got to get out of the way.
Yeah,
from
I can't even be mad. He need a stud though.
I don't
He
want to
need a
king
man.
shame. I don't want to
No.
king shame. But honestly, for me, I can't.
No. He needs a
can't
stud.
do it.
He probably don't want it done from a man. He want, like, he was specific about what he said. He wanted a dildo. He didn't say he wanted a car.
And then what? And then what?
I mean, he want a stud.
You want your ass eat next? Like,
Probably.
you know what I think
in
about?
a whole different, like,
You know what I think about? You know,
going
I
a lot of
picture that
ways.
Mr. Drake when he had his leg pry open. I was like deeply disturbed, and like, you know, at that point I was just like, y'all have to catch me in the wild. I am not about to do this anymore with y'all.
it's like you could be whoever you want to be on that app.
Yeah.
Really and truly.
Yeah.
The helly?
I am traumatized.
Yeah, I am traumatized. Like,
You said if he wanted spunky, that is nothing compared to what he really wants you to do. Spunky
Ring
eating
him out.
is miniature to what he wants, baby.
this is all right.
Wow.
He wants to be plowed.
Kill the visual. I don't like it.
Plowed.
Here I am thinking, Poppy. But
Poppy
Poppy
It's Pappy.
is
It's Pappy.
Oh, girl, I mean, you know, kudos to him. I hope that he finds the woman that he is able to be vulnerable with.
Jesus.
Jesus.
I really hope. I want that for him.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you need to get off that app.
Yeah, please.
But
Somebody.
you have some women who
He's
who are
summoning
like
the
that.
wrong people.
You have some women who love to be the dominant one.
They don't have an app for that? They have an app for that. They have an app for everything. You need to go on that app.
You know, Tinder is a very interesting place. You know.
I just gonna say Tinder is really.
Oh,
a
I
hookup
forget
site.
she's on Tinder.
Right.
Yeah,
that
it
is
was
the
Tinder.
app for that.
Yeah, I forgot.
That's
Between
the
that
app
and
for
Bumble.
Bumble. as a woman, I just don't want to be on Bumble because I don't want to make the first move.
What?
You have to make the first move. The woman have to make the first move on Bumble.
That's how Bumble go?
Yeah, like you have to come with an opening question. It's
Weird.
It's weird.
I wouldn't know.
I
don't
never
know
got
if
a
it's
date on
correct.
Bumble. Like I just can't, because once we match, I can't talk to you until you talk to me.
That
I
is
can't do it.
crazy. Interesting. There's something
Yeah,
today.
but yeah, that's my horror story.
So if y'all know any Christian mix and mingles for me and Leah, because clearly you gotta go to the church.
No, hell no.
because
Church is the wussles.
Don't say that, man. I ain't lose hope.
no, I
You
mean,
don't gotta lose hope. I just telling you.
just
Don't expect much.
just pray, because them church.
Okay. The wussles.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
Religionous?
there was a guy. I don't know why I have so much story, but there was this guy who was on the pulpit praying. I mean, a prayer warrior, speaking in tongues, doing the most. So interested me, you know.
It's
On my nail tech.
What?
On my nail tech.
What? Hold on. Say the first
He was
part.
interested in
He was
that.
interested in me. Like we wasn't that serious. We would like flirt and we did a little bit of talking, but come to find out, he was in a full blown relationship with an old nail tech of mine who also attended the church.
Wow.
It's powerful.
He needs to speak in tongues.
Yeah, it just reminds me of how imperfect people are, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't hold too much against them. But like I just say that to say,
Don't put your hopes in no
don't put your
damn.
hopes in the church.
No, in the church, darling.
And just because he loved the Lord don't mean he loved you.
That part. God's still working on them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Still working on a
man.
lot of them.
I don't know.
Let him work
It's
on
getting
him.
grim out here.
Yeah. That's why you stay indoors. Yeah.
Well, it's been a wild ride.
A wild booty ride.
Send your well wishes for Leah and me. I mean, what the hell? That was cute. That was fun.
Was it?
It was fun. It was funny.
You.
It was funny.
funny.
Yes. It was entertaining. Walking down memory lane. Yeah. So anything else I want to add before we chime out? Because I mean, we done.
Yeah.
We just our little pop-up is over.
Yeah.
But guys, comment below. Let us know what you think. If y'all want to anonymously send us any of y'all dating horror stories, feel free. Send it on IG.
I
We'll read
promise
it
I'm
out.
not gonna laugh.
We'll give y'all a pseudo name.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give our best advice. You know, we'll make
There
it a
you
thing.
go.
But don't forget to subscribe. Big Talks Podcast on every social media platform. Tell a friend. Join the fam. And we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
To the big talks, yeah.